final score, Duke 100, Notre Dame 56. Cameron Boozer finished with 24 points on just 8 official field goal attempts. Half his points came from the free throw line, and it was one for the history books because Duke's Jon Scheyer last night became the first coach in ACC history to record multiple 40-point wins against ACC opposition on the road in the same lifetime. While Notre Dame's Micah Shrewsbury, well, he appears to have ruptured his Achilles. It was a wild night. Norlander, good to see you on this Wednesday morning. Let me ask you this question first. What's wilder? Micah appearing to rupture his Achilles while coaching, or Jon Scheyer accomplishing something no other ACC coach has ever done? Kay, Dean, Gary, Jim, you name it, nobody's ever done what Jon Scheyer just did.
Yeah, you said lifetime, not season, right?
I think it was lifetime, right?
Wow. Okay, that's wild. Then that's the answer, even though Shrews, man.
Yeah, just to put some specifics on it, last night win at Notre Dame by 44, and then in January 2023, Duke won at Georgia Tech by 43, making Jon Scheyer the only coach in ACC history to have 2 40-point wins in conference on the road. Crazy.
This was the second largest win on the road by margin in Duke history, by the way, against a league opponent. They won at Virginia by 46 and 99. That's the best. This was second best. And then that Georgia Tech win by 43 and 23 was number 3. Duke has scored 100 points, by the way, in back-to-back conference games. You've got the Michigan one in between those, but back-to-back conference games. That hasn't happened since 98-99. And statistically, that 98-99 team, which lost in the title game to UConn, really has a case as the best team to not win a national title in the 64-plus team tournament era. So, yeah, dominant, minimal takeaways from the game. Like, it's just they won easy. My bigger thing is Boozer here.
Yep.
And we'll get to our watch list later on the show, as we do on every Wednesday. But Boozer, in every single game this season, regardless of the opponent, just doesn't have an off night. At least 14 points, at least 5 rebounds, at least 2 assists. Those numbers might not pop to you. How about this, though? There's not been another player. That's how hard this is to do. Hasn't been another player in men's Division I this century, 25 seasons, that has done that. 28 games of at least 14, 5, and 2. So my question is, and this can be our poll to lead off the show, has Boozer locked up player of the year? Is this over February 25th before we get to March? Is it over, GP?
I don't think it's over because A.J. DeBonsa exists, and he is putting up some video game numbers. Like, I saw somebody run some stuff on him the other day. And, it's one of those where you click this, you click that, and then they frame it a very specific way, and then it spits out what it spits out. But, like, what it spit out was, like, A.J. DeBonsa, Oscar Robinson, Jerry West. It was like that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to say it's done on February 25th because that guy, is playing at an extremely high level.
We'll get there.
For an also good team, not great. And that's an issue. As I noted last week, 18 of the past 20 Naismith Award winners have been from teams that finished in the top 10 at KenPom. It does not look like BYU is going to finish in the top 10 at KenPom. So you better be Kevin Durant or Doug McDermott, but he might be Kevin Durant or Doug McDermott. So not over, but clearly Boozer is the leader. And I had this thought last night. As I'm doing the top 25 and 1, I have to have those little 2-sentence comments under every team. And I gave up years ago trying to get creative with that, just in the spirit.
It reads like, honestly, it reads like AI at this point.
I know it does. And sometimes people will be like, what is this, AI? It's a man with 50 jobs trying to just get something done. That's what it is. I don't even pretend that it's anything other than that. It is the simplest way to fill that box up and get on.
I got it. I'm just having fun with you. It's an early Wednesday morning. My kids are home from school for the 3rd day in a row. We had a delayed opening that turned into an outright school cancellation minutes before they were supposed to be getting ready to go to school. So we've been going through it. Snow again in Connecticut. That's why GP's in Memphis, not in New York studios. Yes. How we doing? The snow won't stop in the Northeast.
Yeah. Hey, my kids missed a whole week because of ice and snow. All right.
We're going through it. I will be at the St. John's UConn game tonight. That is happening.
Okay. We went to remote learning while we were out of school for ICE, and if I didn't remember from COVID, I was reminded that week. Oh, we ain't a good family for remote learning. we're good at other things, I think, but we ain't good at remote learning, and so that's we're trying to pull those grades up now. I had this thought as I'm sitting around making these little AI comments for the top 25 and 1. It's like Cameron Boozer finished with 24 points and 13 rebounds, and Duke's blah, 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 blah. And it's like 24 points and 13 rebounds. I didn't even blink. I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Those are crazy numbers for a college basketball player. He's averaging 22.7 and 10.1. He just randomly on the road last night, just no big deal. 24 points, 12 of 14 from the free throw line, 24 points on 8 official field goal attempts. Barring a surprise, he's going to be the National Player of the Year. Let's take it there. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
We've done it with Mick Cronin and UCLA.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh. Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you ready to say, are you comfortable suggesting that maybe, just maybe, the man who is widely regarded as the GOAT of college basketball coaching is actually right in front of our eyes in real time? If you're paying attention, you might see it happening. The man who is widely recognized as the GOAT of college basketball coaching, in real time right now, you can kind of see it happen, is slipping to the second best coach in Duke men's basketball history. What do you think about that?
Wow.
I just told you that no coach in history, including K, had ever won multiple games in the ACC on the road by at least 40 points. Scheyer knocked that out before he even turned 39.
Let's go.
Okay. Did K ever coach back-to-back Naismith Award winners? Because that's what Jon Scheyer's about to do. Actually, he did coach back-to-back Naismith Award winners. It was Shane Battier in 2001. It was Shane Battier in 2001 and Jay Williams in 2002. Shouts to Jay Williams. Great player, great media personality, great dude. So yeah, K did do that, but here's my point. It took him 22 years to get back-to-back Naismith Award winners. Scheyer's about to knock that out in year 4. All right, go compare. I can't tell you what year 5 is going to be, what year 6 is going to be. I bet they're going to be great, but I can't promise you that. What I can promise you, you start looking at the first 4 years of Jon Scheyer's Duke run, start looking at the first 4 years of K's Duke run. They ain't the same. They ain't the same.
They're not the same. Scheyer's going to set the record for most wins in the first 4 seasons of a head coaching career. Tommy Lloyd's about to do it for the first 5 seasons. Scheyer might be done with that a year from now as well. So knocking on the door. It's no Cronin yet. Let's just take it easy there. Okay.
Say it if you want to. Say it if you want to.
I will not.
I would like to hear it come out of your mouth.
It's not coming out of my mouth just yet. Duke 26-2. I actually thought by nature of the win, Duke was going to jump Michigan last night because Michigan got a 10-point win, closer than expected at home against a sub-500 Minnesota team. Did not. The margin is very, very close, literally 2/100ths of a point in net rating at KenPom, but Michigan still narrowly holds the 1 spot at KenPom as of this morning. And in fact, across all the team sheets except for team sheet metrics except for net, Duke is 1 in the net, and Duke is 1 in BPI. Michigan has 1 everywhere else. But yes, the cool thing about Duke, it's actually got a worthy opponent coming to its building this weekend. We'll get to that in just a few.
I love when people jump in the comments and I just glance down there and it says, "Stupid take, Gary."
You don't know the show.
You nerd.
You're a casual. You've been exposed.
I think it's so funny that there's a real person out there who decides to type that into a chat on a Wednesday morning.
They're a casual. Exposed.
Nerds. You did that.
Casual is 1 step removed from a them. Just be aware.
You are bored. You have to be a them. There's no scenario where you're not a them. Up next for Duke, that's Saturday's game with Virginia. It's inside Cameron. Up next for Notre Dame, Achilles surgery, I guess. When we come back,
genuinely, it must be. Like, how would he not if he tore it? So, I guess to be determined. Although, I mean, it just doesn't. At this point, Notre Dame's a lost cause. So it's a damn shame.
If I'd rather have Achilles surgery than keep coaching Notre Dame.
I deal with the coaching, honestly.
I mean, they're down there like two leading scorers.
Yes, I know. The season's over. Yeah,
I would take a knife and cut my own Achilles before I would keep coaching the Fighting Irish under these circumstances.
Getting grisly on a Wednesday morning here.